Hello everyone. Today I am Rishabh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, taking the fourth lecture of Applied Thermodynamics in Department Mechanical Engineering, Semester 4th. Today we are covering the topic that is chemical equilibrium composition and calculation using free energy. This is our lecture 4. Del G naught and the equilibrium constant K. Without derivation, the relationship between the Gibbs free energy and the equilibrium constant K is del G naught is equal to minus sign of RT with log K, in which G stands for the Gibbs free energy and R stands for molar number and T stands for the temperature and K is the coefficient of equilibrium. From where we get the value of K. We can obtain the value of equilibrium constant by using the Gibbs free function. That implies that K is equal to the exponential raised to the power minus del G naught by RT. Let's first discuss what is Gibbs free function or Gibbs free energy. In thermodynamics, the Gibbs free function recommended the name from Gibbs energy or Gibbs function, and it is also known as free enthalpy. To distinguish it from Helmont free energy, in a thermodynamic potential that can be used to calculate the maximum of reversible work that may be performed by thermodynamic system at the constant temperature and pressure. That implies the Gibbs free energy is equal to change of enthalpy minus temperature and entropy, and it is measured in joules. It is denoted the measurement of the function that will be in joule and is maximum amount of non-expansion work that can be extracted from dynamically closed system in the standard state. The maximum can be obtained only in the completely reverse process. When a system transforms reversibly from an initial state to the final state, the decrease in Gibbs free function equals the work done by the system to its surroundings minus the work of the pressure forces. The Gibbs free function is also thermodynamic potential that is minimized when the system reaches chemical equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure. Its derivative with respect to the reaction coordinate of the system vanishes the equilibrium point. As such, a reduction in G is necessary for the reaction to be spontaneous at constant pressure and time. The Gibbs free energy, originally called available energy and was developed in 1870s by American scientist Gibbs. The initial state of the body, according to the Gibbs, is supposed to be such that the body can be made to pass it from the state to dissipated energy by reversible processes. According to the second law of thermodynamics, for system reacting at standard condition for temperature and pressure, there is general natural tendency to achieve a minimum of the Gibbs free energy. A quantitative measures of the favorability of given reaction at constant temperature and pressure is change of Gibbs free function that is caused by the reaction. As a necessary condition for the reaction to occur at constant temperature and pressure, Gibbs function must be smaller and non-pressure volume work, which is often equal to 0. Gibbs free function equals the maximum amount of non-PV work that can be performed as a result of chemical reaction. For the case of reversible process, if analysis indicates the positive G for the reaction, then the energy in the form of electrical and other non-PV work would be added to the reacting system for del G to be smaller than non-PV work and make it possible for the reaction to occur. One can think del G can amount of free or useful energy available to do work. The equation can be seen from the perspective of the system that taken together with its surroundings. First, assumes that the given reaction at the constant temperature and pressure is the only one that is occurring. Then the entropy released or absorbed by the system equal to the entropy that the environment must absorb or release respectively. The reaction will not only be allowed if the total entropy change of the system or universe is 0 or positive. This reflected in negative G, and reaction is called exogonic process. If two chemical reactions are coupled, then an otherwise androgonic reaction can be made to happen. To input of heat to the inherited an androgonic reaction, such as the elimination of cyclohexagonal or cyclohexene as seen, the coupling of unfavorable reaction to the favorable one, such that the total entropy of change of the universe is greater than or equal to 0, making the total Gibbs free energy difference of the coupled reaction negative. In traditional use, the term free was introduced in Gibbs free function to mean available in the form of usable work. The characterization becomes more precise if we add the qualification that is the available energy for non-work. However, an increased number of books and journals articles do not include the attachment free, referring to G as simply Gibbs energy. This resulted in 1988 IUPAC meeting to set unified terminologies for international scientific community, in which removal of adjective free was recommended. Now we have to see the change of Gibbs free and what are the relation of Gibbs free and the equilibrium constant. As we have studied that change of Gibbs free energy is with the negative sign RT log K. When the Gibbs free function is smaller than 0, then the value for the K is greater than 1 and the products are favored. When there is a condition when the change of Gibbs free function is greater than 0, then the value of K is smaller than 1. It means the reactants are more favored. If a condition comes when del G or change of Gibbs is equal to 0, then the value for the K is equal to 1 and the reaction is at equilibrium. Now recall the G means the reaction is under standard condition, 1 atm pressure for gases and 1 m concentration of solution. There is only one value for change of G for given reaction and a reaction must have gone for completion. What if there is a mixture of reactants and products, that is, the reaction did not go under a complete reaction? The difference between the capital G naught and change of Gibbs function. The change of Gibbs function always has the same value for the particular reaction and is calculated using the tabulated data. The del G is the actual free energy of the reaction at a given composition. Now we can understand that change in del of Gibbs free energy naught is the theoretical value, where the del G is the main actual practical value of any function or composition. As you see in the reaction, we have a graph. We have in the left side we have a Gibbs function G, and in the lower 0 to 1 we have an extension function. The reaction is a forward reaction where we get the maximum. Initially we get the maximum Gibbs function values at the reactant, and the values get decreasing simultaneously. These are the values for the change of Gibbs function with the composition. Initially the values is smaller than 0, and by simultaneously the values get increased further gradually. The change of G has different value for each composition, and change of G is minimized at equilibrium. Since del G is the actual free energy of the reaction at a given composition, it changes over the course of reaction. Capital del G can be calculated for non-standard condition at any point in the reactions. The reaction, the location or allocation of the reactant's position in the reacting time could be different or can be calculated at any time. If we recall the equation del G naught is equal to minus RT log K, that implies free energy for non-standard conditions. For the non-standard conditions, we taking the value del G, and for standard equations we are taking del G naught. For non-standard equations for G, we can say that del G is implies equal to del G naught plus RT log Q, where Q is the reaction quotient. Important. What are the difference between del G naught versus del G? Del G naught is a standard condition and always has the same value for the particular reaction. It means the rate of the product as well as the rate of the reactants will be equal for all the time. We have studied, or we have assumed, that all the conditions will be under the favorable, all are under favorable conditions, and the values become equal, and the reaction will be at equilibrium all the time. But in the actual, that is del G is the actual free energy of the reaction at a given composition and changes over the course of reaction. That is non-standard condition. It means the value of G is changing in actually if we don't taking the assumptions. Initially in del G naught we have taken so many assumptions, and we have inoperated and makes the reaction fully in equilibrium condition. But in del G, the actual free energy shows the real situation of the reaction, and at the given composition changes over the course of reaction. The values will change simultaneously in capital G. For this, thank you, and we have studied about all the necessary conditions required for equilibrium, and with the help of Gibbs free energy equilibrium. The chemical compositions have been studied for free energy is come to an end, which implies that the practical and theoretical values could be different for our standards, as the theoretical values has been calculated by taking some assumptions. Simultaneously, the actual or the practical energies and the reaction values could be different from the standard ones, but we have to obey all the procedures as for the standard as well as the non-standard conditions. As we have a benchmark for the standard conditions, we are making the standard condition as a benchmark by which we are able to understand how much non-standard conditions will obey that values and how much it will deflected from the equilibrium. For this session, we are just ending with this equilibrium, and stay tuned for the next lecture in which we will study about more about the thermodynamics or applied thermodynamics, and stay tuned for our next video. Thank you.